Ruben, it's great to sit down and talk to you. How have the last few days been reflecting on Sunday and then looking ahead to Thursday as well?
Was when you win, you have more joy doing your work. Of course, you have always the same passion, but it's completely different. The environment and Carrington is different, and I like that. The feeling is completely different when you lose and when you win. That is a very good thing in a big club. And then we analyze the game, and we need to understand what we did wrong in the first half. We need to understand that the opponent was tired in the second half, and that helps us to take control of the game. So we took all the information that we had from the game, and we showed some to the players, not all. And then we start thinking about the next one, because in football what matters is the next game.
It was mentioned about the intensity and maybe the quality of the difference between the first 45 and the second 45 on Sunday. Have you managed to pinpoint exactly maybe what that was and how you can change it going forward?
I think everything is connected. When you play with more quality, even your movements are more fluid. It's different. You have more confidence to do things. I think we were poor, and I can say that with the ball, we lost many times the possession. Maybe because the movements were not so fast. So I think in the second half we felt that we have the opportunity to win the game. Let's improve small things. I think we connected better with Josh, and Josh improved the connection, and that help everybody to play better. And then you felt in the game when we scored the first one, we felt that the opponent was a little bit tired, because it's hard to play Europa League and then come to this league, Premier League, and we took advantage of that.
How much can you take from that performance, being 1-0 down away from home, bringing it back and then to win the game as well? How much can you take into that to build this squad to ensure that the morale's super high?
First thing is that we improve the first half or second half in disadvantage, and we continue to play the same way, but with a different quality and with a different pace. And that is a good feeling. We were losing, but our idea didn't change. We just changed our behavior of doing the same things. Then we came from last games that our first half was really good, and we dropped a little bit the level in the second half. We proved that we can do the opposite, and that is also a good feeling. Winning away, we were not winning a lot of games away, and we starting after Anfield and now against Crystal Palace, two tough places to play. It's a good feeling and give more. It's more natural to go away, and we have an idea that we can win in any place. So I think that is a good feeling to take to work the team during the week.
And now the focus moves to Thursday, playing against West Ham. Bit of a selection dilemma for yourself. You mentioned Joshua Zirkzee's performance and scoring as well, but maybe with people coming back, Mateus Cunha, do you find yourself with a bit of a headache now?
No, I like that. I think I suffered from that last year, because sometimes we struggle to maintain the team, a lot of problems, a lot of matches. I think it's my job to have. You should have more headaches about that. So. That is a normal thing in our club. We need more options. Sometimes you are not winning the games with the starting 11. You need to have options to change the dynamics of the game. So I think is one more option, and then we'll see. With bigger weeks, they will fight during the week, and then I will see if they are the best ones to start the next one.
I guess that's one of the tasks now as a head coach or manager. It's not just about the 90 minutes. It's actually about keeping players happy off the pitch as well. How do you do that when you've got young, hungry professionals that want to play every single minute? How do you make sure they stay happy when they're not starting every game?
Nowadays, it's becoming, I think, if I'm speaking for every manager, it's becoming harder because, first of all, because if you don't play here, you'll play in another big club. It's easier than the past, and then all of the guys have big teams around them. Sometimes they don't say the difficult things, just say the good things. So it's hard to manage that part. But I'm trying to, first of all, to create the rules in the beginning. In the beginning of the season, everyone say yes to everything. So you are locking the players to this idea. And I'm really clear, and I try to be really honest. Sometimes they like it or not, but they can respect. I think any player in the world can respect when the manager is honest. And I'm trying to be always honest. And then in the end, I just want to win, because I love my players, all of them, in the same way.
And of course, maybe you have to change the way you communicate, player to player, position to position. I'm sure defenders are different to strikers as well. How do you manage that, where you're not just managing one squad, you're managing plenty of different egos, athletes, all within the team?
Yeah, it's like in any other profession. Even in our family, you don't speak with different people. You love them both, but you speak in the different ways. So I know that some players I need to say sometimes rush things, hard things for him to feel the challenge.
Manchester United versus West Ham United, Premier League match. Manchester United versus West Ham. Latest Manchester United host West Ham in the final game of this week's midweek Premier League action. Ruben Amorim's men are hunting back-to-back wins after a 2-1 victory at Crystal Palace, while West Ham are looking for a response to their home defeat against Liverpool. And the man who Lisandro Martinez may replace at left centre-back today, if he gets on, knows all about injury issues as well. Luke Shaw made his 300th appearance for Manchester United on Sunday and made a crucial sliding block to deny Crystal Palace sub Eddie Nketiah and help his side to a 2-1 comeback win. AS Andy Mitten says, United's team isn't where it needs to be, and it's unlikely that 30-year-old Shaw, given his age, will be in it when it is. But he's an important player for now, one who has earned his place and must now fight to keep it, given the aforementioned return of Lisandro Martinez. It's been injury hell for Lisandro Martinez at Manchester United over the last year or so. That came to an end with 8 minutes off the bench against Crystal Palace at the weekend. He hopes to be involved again tonight. From running with manager Ruben Amorim in Chicago to being a snappy presence at Carrington Training Ground, the Argentine has been missed on the field. Laurie Whitwell and Carl Anka focus on Martinez in this fascinating piece here. How West Ham will wish Lucas Paqueta was available tonight instead of being suspended after his silly and totally avoidable red card against Liverpool, or maybe they rather not have a player so seemingly governed by his emotions when what they need is strong mentalities, focus, and concentration for their relegation battle. AS The Athletic's Rashane Thomas writes, writing hand. Nobody was going to prevent Lucas Paqueta from reminding us of his imperfections. It was a minute of hot-headedness from Paqueta, which he attempted to justify post-match on social media. His post read, "Perhaps this ridiculous behavior is just a reflection of everything I've had to endure. I'm sorry if I'm not perfect." Paqueta's petulance is a slap in the face to everyone associated with West Ham. Sadly, leadership is a trait Paqueta seldom shows. Nuno Espirito Santo and his teammates may forgive Paqueta in the coming days, but a large section of the fanbase will not be as generous. Your brain uses glucose, so if you're completely rinsing your carbohydrate stores and, importantly here, liver glycogen, you're actually taking away glucose from the brain. So then, as you get in the latter stages of a game, well, guess what? You're not going to be as mentally sharp. More and more footballers are using energy gels, products that used to be the preserve of cyclists and runners. There are myriad reasons, but the most important is that the physical and mental demands of football are rising faster than human biology can keep up. Your brain uses glucose, so if you're completely rinsing your carbohydrate stores and, importantly here, liver glycogen, you're actually taking away glucose from the brain. So then, as you get in the latter stages of a game, well, guess what? You're not going to be as mentally sharp. More and more footballers are using energy gels, products that used to be the preserve of cyclists and runners. There are myriad reasons why, but the most important one is that the physical and mental demands of football are rising at a rate faster than human biology can catch up. There have been plenty of meetings between these two sides over the years, dating all the way back to their first match in 1-1-9-1-1 Manchester United, perhaps unsurprisingly given their years of Premier League dominance, have the better record with 74 wins to West Ham's 50. Meanwhile, the two teams have shared 32 draws. Well, things are less rosy, which is understandable given their league position. Here's Tim, writing hand, shoots of progress under Nuno Espirito Santo, and they're out of the relegation zone for now. But any temporary good form on the pitch is only a tiny little plaster over the gaping wound that is the general apathy at West Ham under the current ownership. Well, our man Tim Spears has taken a look at every Premier League team's happiness right now, and Manchester United sit mid-table. Here's Tim's analysis. Speech balloon: they may have just become the first team to win at Selhurst Park in 13 Premier League games. They may have only lost one in their past 7 in the league, and they may be in the top half of the table, just a point off 5th place. But any happiness levels at Manchester United are preceded with the word cautious in big fat capital letters. They've been burned too often in recent years to get carried away. And that bloke ain't getting his hair cut anytime soon.